Saturday night, but we figured them out, and now we are casting the recording of the Saturday final table. What's up, J Master Ted? Hope you're having a good Thursday evening. Chris here in the King Queen in the +2.
Raise 125.
We'll raise to 125. And Mitchell A with the aces here on the short stack here, and timing couldn't have been better. Gonna go all in with the aces. Zach Robinson, the turbo? No, so this is a recording of the Saturday final table because we weren't able to record it. Or we weren't able to stream it due to some technical difficulties. Appreciate the kind words, Jedi Master Ted. Thank you. Of course, he will get called by Krish. Not much more to call, but he will see that he is way behind. Krish needing to hit 2 pair or trips, some kind of straight, to take this pot down. 7 in the window is going to be pretty safe. And top set, I mean, Krish is pretty much drawing dead here. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow. Always a sweat. Flops top set, and it was still a sweat there on the turn. A nice double up there for Mitchell A, up to 650K. Much needed there. Your Problems, what's up? Happy Thursday. 82 Scooter, thank y'all so much for tuning in. I know it's not the usual Thursday stream. We normally stream from Austin on Thursday night, but we're going to do a little stream here to replay the Saturday final table that y'all missed. That I also missed just because of the technical difficulties. Let's take a look at the payouts here. First place going to be $11,725. Each of these players guaranteed $1,695. Very exciting. For those of y'all just now tuning in, this is the Saturday final table from last Saturday. We had some technical difficulties, so we weren't able to stream it live, but we were able to record it, and now y'all get to watch it live with me. No idea what happened. I have no idea what the results were, so this will be just as exciting for me as it will be for you. Mike C going to raise with the King Queen. Steven going to make the call on the big line with the King Jack. Pretty standard here, but he is dominated. It will come King Jack 5. Top 2 pair there for Steven. And Mike C in a world of hurt here. Stack size is already pretty shallow towards the final table, and Steven will lead out here. This could be trouble here for Mike C as he is covered by Steven. See how he decides to proceed here. You know, these leads tend to be pretty weak, especially since it's a call from the big blind. So I don't blame Mike C for the raise. I was thinking he might just raise here, and now Steven here might just jam, not wanting a scare card to come out on the turn. And I don't think Mike C can go anywhere. And what a brutal turn of events here for Mike C. Getting out-flopped by the King Jack, but he's still live here. Can hit a queen.
Hit it to me again. The queens versus the kings.
Unfortunate flop there for Mike C, but still has some outs here. Steven looking to dodge a queen. It is Mike C tournament life. Seven of spades doesn't help Steven, or doesn't help Mike. Oh, and the queen on the river. The queen on the river. Gonna give Mike C the better 2 pair and a take down a 40 big blind pot. What a suck out. The resuck and the suck and the resuck there. Wow. I mean, best hand pre-flop took it down at the end there, but cannot feel good there for Steven. Still sitting on about 10 big blinds, but has some work to do here. Mike C found the Miracle River card there, up to 1.6 million.
It's a third hand. That's it. Do it on the river. I mean, it's a third hand. I thought it would be like 1.58. Made a good shot.
Pretty disastrous river card there for
You need to get up.
Steven.
How'd you know about my dinner date?
Rather than I go against you anyway.
There's our action tracker Tyler dealing the final table tonight. Well, it was on Saturday night. A man of many skills, action tracker, dealer, fellow dual rate supervisor. Man, Mitchell A getting a lot of hands here tonight. Aces and now kings. We'll raise to 85,000. Pretty standard here, just a little bit above a min raise. Min raise with a little sprinkle on top. Now Brandon wakes up with ace jack on the button. Gonna get snap called by Mitchell, and this is gonna be, this might be the it for Brandon here. Needs to find an ace and an ace only. Queen at 9-8 gives him a few more outs now. Ace on the river, gonna give Brandon the winning hand here. River has not been nice to the better hands on the flop. No one's gonna get eliminated yet, and all the short stacks getting doubled up here.
Who said something about the best? They did bring the best.
Well, I have the stream record for the fastest final table at 53 minutes. This ain't gonna be 53 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Is this a foot four?
Good catch, good catch. Don't give him the straight, just give him the fewest number of outs.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in this Thursday evening. You're currently watching the replay of the Saturday final table. We weren't able to stream it live, but we were able to record it. And now you get to watch it with me, Derek, your commentator for this evening.
I guess I don't get my dinner date tonight.
Mike D gonna raise to 100,000. That's why kings are called ace magnets. Couldn't agree with you more there. ADC Scooter. Mike gonna win 100K on that raise and take it. Take a look at the chip stacks here. Mike C up to 41 big blinds. Critch not too far behind. Everyone else with 20 big blinds or less. So this could be a pretty quick final table.
Let's say there's technical difficulties on it.
But you never know. You never know. A lot of smaller stacks, but you know, even at the 15 big blind to 20 big blind range of stack sizes, there's still quite a bit of play to be had. You gotta be a little more selective, but you can still min raise with some holdings. Most final table stack sizes are typically around 15 to 30 big blinds. Gotta be comfortable playing at those stacks if you want to make final tables here at TCH.
She doesn't get it. Well, she did say, I don't think I should watch it. It'll be bad. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. What is that? Good answer.
We're working on fixing the commentary side, but it's not connecting right, so they're going to have to commentate on a later.
On to hand number 7 now.
A lot of first time ones.
I think we've done
We've
it.
yet to
where
make a
we
full
did-
rotation, but we've had quite a bit of action, a lot of all-ins. Still anyone's game here, though.
Raise 100,000.
25, LG 25.
There was a lot of fair on this table now. There's no air.
Steven assigned the raise off of his 10 big blind stack. I would have liked it if he would just jam, sitting on about 10 big blinds. I think that's perfectly fine. Maybe just electing for the lower variance route, but I'm just gonna invite Mitchell A with the same hand here. Could be interesting if it becomes ace high. You see some spades, and that's gonna give Steven, I imagine, enough confidence to go with his hand here. 1 over, a nut flush draw. I think that's plenty to put the money in here, and he will decide to do that. Mitchell cannot think about calling here. We'll let it go. Thank you to everyone that's tuning in this Thursday evening. You're currently watching the final table from last Saturday. My name is Derek, commentating until the end of this final table. Whether they decide to chop it or play until heads up play, which is always more exciting. And anyone in the chat that isn't really a tournament player, but just enjoys watching, but wants to play on our live stream, can contact Mallory through that email and number, and also through that QR code if you want to play on any of our Tuesday or Wednesday live stream games.
Raise 120.
Brandon going to raise up to 120, looking for the 3x sizing off of about a 10 big blind stack. Krish showing a 6 here. Imagine has pocket 6s. He's thinking about it. Will decide to raise. I like this a lot, actually. He, you know, it decentivizes the players behind unless they have some monster hand, and this way kind of commits Brandon here if he wants to play his hand. Putting on some ICM pressure here with no player eliminated yet. You know, Brandon not with a shorter stack, so does he want to commit his tournament life here? And Krish will take it down. Great play there from Krish. As we have a few more people tuning into our live stream, each of these players guaranteed $16.95. All of them looking to win that $11,725 up top. Jason here with the 6s, sending about 6 big blinds. We'll have to go all in. Good play here. Wow, Johnny had 5s and folded. Wow. Two pocket pairs folding here. I mean, both of them beat by the 6s, and he's going to take this pot down. Very fortunate for him there. Hope everyone here in the live stream chat's having a wonderful Thursday evening. A bit rainy here in the Dallas area. Getting closer and closer to spring, so I imagine we'll get more rain. It's gonna fold around. John at the queen 5 off. Imagine we'll fold. Mitchell. Spend a little bit heater. 9-8 of diamonds. Could definitely think about opening here if it was a little deeper, but
Raise 85.
Only has 300K, but I guess he's just trying to look down to take on the blinds here, which would be a great result. And fortunate for him here, I don't think anyone can make the call here. And that's a great result there with the 9 high. Increasing his stack by about 30% there.
Attention dealers, just a friendly reminder to make sure we're typing in all players as soon as we get to the table. Thank you.
I made changes in one cycle. Ended up with less chips than I started with.
3, 1, 2.
Mitchell A mentioning how he got aces and kings in all in one orbit and then somehow ended up with less chips than he started with. That's pretty impressive. Unfortunate though. A lot of players stacks, very close in stack size here. Yeah, I want to see the bigger stacks here applying a lot of icy and pressure here. I mean, none of the smaller stacks are going to want to bust out until that first person does. I mean, it's a pretty significant pay jump here. Yeah, Mike C saying 1.5 million could definitely decide to open this King 5 suited. Very playable hand here. Put a lot of pressure on the blinds.
Raise 80,000.
We'll make it 80,000. Just a mid raise.
Actions here.
Brandon's sitting only about 290K. Could decide to peel here, but it's pretty dicey. I mean, you're leaving yourself back with just a pot-sized bet. I imagine Mike C will just go with any flop here. Yeah, Brandon looking to hit something. Maybe 2 pair, or any pair really. And with stack sizes how they are, I mean, he's just gonna have to go with his pair. Yeah, yep, he goes with it. He goes all in.
225.
Out flopping the King 5 here. And Mike C just like, well, I was going all in anyways, but now you might just save me 225K. I think he just needs to let it go. I mean, I can understand like an ace high call.
One of those high roller moves that they be doing. All in except for one chip.
Had that on the stream 2 weeks ago.
Brandon will take that pot down. Nice hand for him. Getting to around 100 viewers. Thank you so much for tuning in this Thursday evening. My name is Derek, one of the commentators and dealers at TCH Dallas. Hope you all are having a wonderful evening. And y'all can sit back and enjoy some fun final table poker from last Saturday.
Customers calling in. I can't watch it.
We have any new viewers in chat? Let yourself be known. And be sure that that like button, hit that sub button, helps the channel out a bunch. And when you hit that sub button, make sure you hit that bell notification. It'll let you know anytime we go live for any of our live streams during the week and anytime we release new content.
Raise 85,000.
Mike C continuing the pressure here, waking up with more hands. I think Brandon should be going all in here. No, he just decides to call. Going for the lower variance route here. Maybe looking for a non-ace, non-king flop. Put the rest of the money in. There's a 9. There's a king and queen. Now this is why I do prefer an all-in pre-flop over the raise, just because you do have some fold equity, and then it's just so hard to navigate a pocket pair like 8s or 7s or 9s when it comes to king high or queen high. I mean, they don't necessarily have to hit that board, but it's just so hard to put the money in, seeing those 2 cards out there. He was technically ahead, but Mike's going to take the pot down.
Mitch, we had a next gen stream, and one of the kids' names on there was Tristan, but it was we missed one I. It was like IAN or something, and we missed it. The mom called like 18 times during the stream to get us to change it, and
My baby name.
18 or 20 times it was, and
Thank you so much, Danny. Absolutely, hit that like button. I don't even have to say it in the stream anymore. We have our own viewers in the chat reminding the viewers to hit that like button. Absolutely, hit that like button, guys. I'm not actually currently at TCH. I'm just at home with y'all, or just like y'all, not with y'all. I'm at home just like y'all, watching and commentating tonight.
raise
Mike D
100,000.
had to Jack 10 suit, a beautiful hand here.
He's like, baby.
Jason decided to defend here with the 8-5 high.
Heads up.
You know, I'd be perfectly fine with this if he's a little deeper, but only 300k. Will come Ace, Jack, King. Terrible flop there for the 8 highs. It's just so hard to know what you're looking for when you call out of position with the 8 high.
Thank you.
On to the next hand. Jason and Roger, the short stacks right now, 8 big blinds, 6 big blinds. You know, a lot of the middling stacks sitting around 19 big blinds, probably just waiting for those shorter stacks to bust out before they make any moves. Which is totally understandable. Each of these players guaranteed 60.95, but there's about a $500 pay jump here between 9th and 8th. So you can make pretty decent money here, more than the buy-in into this tournament, just by folding. And that's the interesting part about tournament poker. You can just make a lot of money just by folding.
Raise 125. All in.
Brandon raising the cutoff.
I'm all in.
All in.
Second call for J25.
Brandon raising here. Steven gonna jam the button with the queens. Chris gonna re-jam with the jacks. Steven in a great spot here. Brandon here looks like he's contemplating something.
1-2, no limit. 3.
See 260k to win a pot of over 1.2 million. It's just gonna go with it. Wow. The ace would just be a miracle card here for Brandon. Krish covering both these players. Side pot. 2 players at risk here. Jack would just end it all for 2 players here. A lot of action. Really surprised about that call from Brandon there.
I always am when I don't have cards.
But Mally felt like he was priced in, honestly. The ace 10 has a decent amount of equity here.
35 on the side.
260k to win a 1.3 million chip pot here.
Alright, all hands over.
Ace. Alright, keep it up, Ace. I thought I was dead. Those queens.
Both the queens and jacks just hate seeing that ace there. Queens way in the lead right now, though.
You're in from the main, y'all have the side pot.
I need one jack.
3 of spades. Will come 7 high. Queen's still in the lead.
Arvin, be able to transfer. Arvin.
Ace on the river. Oh my gosh.
Alright, side pot goes
And
here.
Brandon, wow. Gonna
Main pot goes
more than triple up there. Or maybe an exact triple up there. What a river card there. Tyler dealing some hands tonight. Wow. And Steven left with crumbs.
Your small blind.
And Krish down to 23 big blinds. Brandon
Okay,
now
blinds are up, y'all.
second in chips.
Yeah, this hand. I didn't start the shuffle till after. 25, 50, 50.
You have officially beat
Wow, what river card there.
three
If just now tuning in, you're currently watching TCH Live.
at this final table. These kings, queens.
You're currently watching the rerun of our Saturday final table. We weren't able to stream it live, but we did record it. So now you get to watch it live with me, your commentator tonight, Derek. What an insane pot there for Brandon.
Quarter 50.
Mitchell with pocket 8 under the gun. I think just has to go with it all in here. Less than 10 big blinds.
Raise 110.
We'll raise here. Wow. Very surprising here for Mitchell. Steven gonna call the all-in for less with the ace-queen, somehow finding a monster hand there with only 70k.
Alexander H. Your food ready at the bar.
Wow, Johnny making the call as well.
Rich N. 1-2 yellow.
Okay, one all in, heads up on the side.
Tommy 2-5. Lynn 2-5.
Steven at risk here, needs to find an ace or queen. Will come jack high.
Yep.
Mitchell's gonna flop the best of it.
110. Fold.
Needing to find an ace or queen. Let's see if Mitchell can finally hold here. Jack of hearts on the turn, not gonna help Steven. Deuce. Safe river card there for Mitchell, and that'll be the tournament for Steven. GG's in the chat for Steven. Taking home a nice prize of $16.95. Everyone else guaranteed $21.65. And finally, after 30 minutes, we have our first elimination. It did take a little bit of time there. We had multiple all-ins, but all the players at risk somehow managed to stay alive. With some fortuitous river cards.
AMS 1-2 no limit.
And if you're just now joining us, welcome to TCH Live. We are down to our final 8 players from our Saturday final
I think I
table.
got it on the first card.
We weren't able to stream it live, but we
You know
were
what?
able to record it,
Just give
and
me one big blind and I'll sit over there. Give me one big blind.
now we get to watch
I'll sit over
together
there.
this Thursday evening.
Raise 150.
Silver 1-2 no limit.
Mike gonna raise 150k. Take it down here. Nice little raise and take ticket. At this point of the tournament, anytime you can just raise and take the blinds, it's a significant addition to your stack. Considering the average stack is probably around 20 big blinds, or maybe less. Again, but down to our final 8. Mike C in the lead with 1.6 million. Looking to take down this final table here. All these players have been playing since about 10 a.m. on Saturday morning.
All in.
Jason's gonna go all in with the ace 4,
220.
220k. I like the rejam here from Krish to isolate the smaller stack.
All right.
And Krish way in the lead here. Ace can, and Jason needs to hit an ace. Or running straight cards or trip 4s. Not many possibilities though.
I mean, when this is the 3 times I went all in.
Krish mentioning how many times he's gone all in this final table, and he has about 3 times, like he said. 6 in the window. There is a 4. Additional outs now. Any 4, any ace for Jason. 6 will actually be counterfeiting 5s, and Krish will knock Jason out. GG's for Jason. GG's in the chat for Jason, taking home 2165, down to our final 7, each guaranteed 2790. Down to our final 7 players. Appreciate everyone tuning in this Thursday evening. If you're new to the live stream chat, don't be afraid. Make sure you hit that sub button so you can chat with us. Ask me any questions regarding our live stream, our card room, this tournament, anything in general. I'm happy to help out.
Take that.
Funny how this game works.
Instead of getting kings, queens, losing to ace, jack, flip, it's better to lose with 5s.
That's true. You almost expect that, you know?
Yeah, you almost expect the guys have this king is queen. This stage.
Chris up to 1.2 million stack will raise with the 8-7 of clubs. How's it going, Brian? Thank you for tuning in this Thursday evening. Yeah, normally we stream this live on Saturdays, which is when our tournaments take place for the Saturday 20k guaranteed tournaments. But we had some technical difficulties this past Saturday, but we were able to record it, and now we can stream it now.
I would technically should might have been just to see they put up more than half. About 70.
Just curious, Brian, would you happen to be a regular player at TCH Dallas?
He didn't put up more than half and didn't say anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 weeks.
But because it wasn't more than half, 70 is.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 times like.
So had you put out more than 75, it would have counted as a raise.
No, what he's saying is technically that should have just counted as a call.
Should have counted as a call.
Oh, you could have seen it flat.
You don't say nothing, we can't say nothing.
I remember heard that in that tell.
That's right. Probably would have got me in trouble if I saw one anyway.
You always get heads up.
100,
100 raise.
Johnny, gonna raise the ace-8 of hearts. A lot of suited aces lately. Looks like he might take it down here. Roger's a little card dead this evening. Not what you like to see when you finally get to the final table after playing all day. For those that don't know, it's a $365 buy-in tournament every single Saturday. And once a month, typically on the last Saturday of the month, we do a $500 50K. But if you like tournament poker, we're actually going to have a really fun tournament next week. Our 500K guaranteed mystery bounty starting next Monday. Flights Monday through Saturday starting at 11 a.m. 30-minute levels, $800 buy-in with a 50K starting stack. really great structure. If you want to find out about the structure, you can go on texascardhouse.com and make sure you click the Dallas location for information regarding the structure. Also, if you have the Poker Atlas app, it's also shown on there. Chris here, again with another pocket pair. Getting a lot of pocket pairs this evening. With the pocket nines will raise to 100K.
Yeah. Not bad. With a blue spread, so it's easy for
Looks like he might just raise and take it down here unless someone wakes up with something. No, Roger finally waking up with a hand. Will decide to go all in. Brandon might just fold, I imagine. Unfortunately holding one of Roger's outs, and Chris will make the call. Not too sure what Brandon is thinking about here. We'll let it go, and Chris, of course, will make the snap call. Roger at risk here. It is a pure coin flip. Classic race in tournament poker. 2 overs against the pocket pair.
Everybody got their track shoes on today.
Roger needing to hit an ace or queen to stay in this tournament. 5 in the window. Queen on the flop. King on the turn. Chris now needing to hit the 9 and a 9 only. 2 pair going to take it down for Roger up to 520K. And back to that 500K guaranteed tournament. If that $800 is just a little bit too much for y'all, we are running satellites all this week.
making me win one hand.
We have actually a satellite going on right now in the card room. I think the registration has ended, but we will have our final satellite of the week on Friday morning, and then the last 2 satellites will be on Sunday morning and evening. $200 buy-in for the 11 a.m. one, 1 in 5 get a seat. $240 buy-in, 1 in 4 get a seat for the 6 o'clock satellites. Mitch Lloyd in the chat, one of the commentators here at TCH Dallas. What's up, buddy? Yeah, we weren't supposed to commentate on this together, me and Mitch, but due to technical difficulties.
110.
Jeremy in the chat, how's it going? Brian, I see you said you're just an internet player. Well, if you're ever in the Dallas area, I highly recommend you come out and check out our room in person.
Heads up.
I actually went to dinner with a friend in the Las Colinas area and actually stopped by the new room. It actually looks pretty nice. Very exciting stuff happening for TCH.
Teresa B, 1201.
75.
Teresa. Daryl H. Transfer, Daryl.
Bet and a call from Chris. Chris with the flush draw.
Caroline on 11.
Mike C now takes the lead. Or already had the lead, but now has 2 pair. I like a check here, actually.
Check.
Yeah, great check there from Mike.
200.
200,000 now. Saying that he has an ace here, which is definitely plausible. Could have been calling with the ace high flush draw. Now rivering value, going for a bet of about half pot. Mike C here, definitely with a decision. If he can give Chris some other flush draws, then I think he can make the call here. Not having the king of spades is definitely great for Mike C. 200K to win a pot of over 800K. I mean, I think he's getting a great price here. He only needs Chris to be bluffing about 25% of the time here.
Call.
And he does make the call. Wow, great call there from Mike C. And I've actually been able to play with Mike C quite a bit here in the Dallas area. He's a very, very solid player. Tournament and cash. In fact, I think I'd probably do the same there. So I really like the play there from Mike.
Single spade would have been good.
And he does have a little bit of extra wiggle room with larger stacks, so when the price is right, and you can think of some reasonable bluffs, just got to make the call. But I do have to give credit to Krish for going for it there. You know, now if he had gone for maybe a larger sizing, he can maybe think about folding out hands exactly like what Mike C has. You know, if Mike C did decide to call there with a 3, he'd probably call with all other pocket pairs like 6s through 10s. So if you're looking to make hands like that fold, I think he had to go for the all-in there. Really put them in the blender and make them say, they don't have an ace, they can't make the call.
Raise 175. All in.
We have a raise from Mike D with the ace queen. Roger
Call.
gonna go all in with a jacks and is another coin flip. I'm glad you agree with me there, Brian. Yeah, I think an all in might have done a trick there.
5.
But we do have another flip. A lot of flips tonight on this final table. Mike D, this time with the ace queen. Roger with the jacks. But another big pot here, 1.1 million. Roger looking to fade an ace for queen, as it is his tournament life on the line here.
15 hands. Yeah. It's not even 30 hands.
Safe flop for the jacks.
That's the one.
And that's the full double up there for Roger. He's been patient all night, waiting for the big hands. Nice double up there for him. Mike D now down to 5 big blinds.
I had an ace too.
Yeah, back on that hand with Krish versus Mike C. Yeah, I really think
Nice hand
if he
too.
went all in, it might have worked there. It's just so tough to do that and risk your entire tournament life when you're playing so solid all day. And I've always said on our live stream, just anytime you're bluffing with just absolutely nothing, it just feels so unnatural. RS Actuary is asking, so what's up with this? Not enough people for a live stream? Oh no, so we were having technical difficulties on Saturday, so we weren't able to stream it live. But we were able to record it, so you get to watch it with me tonight. Thank you for tuning in, RS Actuary. Brian Snyder saying, nice. The Jacksters, also known as the Jiggities, for I'm sure a lot of people. Johnny gonna go all in with the pocket Johnnies, as I'll call them this time. Mitchell with a pretty hand here, but I don't think a hand you want to be calling all ins with. You're always gonna be behind. Almost always gonna be behind there. Yeah, appreciate you for tuning in, RS Actuary. You said you missed the stream because I was in Vegas. Well, hope you had a good time in Vegas. Hope you won some money. Yeah, I don't even know the results of this final table. So, I mean, we're all watching it together. Every hand is new for me, as it will be new for you. We're about to hit 200 viewers, so thank y'all so much for tuning in this Thursday evening, thank y'all so much for being flexible with us on Saturday.
All in.
Mike D gonna go all in with the ace-3. Sitting on about 5 big blinds. Wow, and it looks like it might get through here. Mike D with 10-8 offsuit. Probably just a little too weak, I think. But I think he might make the call here. Okay, I guess, I mean, he's going to give credit to Mike for shoving with a wide range of hands on 5 table lines. And I think mathematically he did make the right call here. Live cards for Mike C against the ace high of Mike D. Ace on the flop, also an 8. Needs to dodge a 10 or 8. And the full double there for Mike D.
Right, I was like, oh, he's got to call. And I didn't want to call, but I was like, he has to call.
Two different reasons, too.
Well, yeah, he's obligated to. Like
Brent Snyder says, I really like how all the players are not tanking. Yeah.
Under the gun,
No, I mean, a lot. I mean,
you're going to have to put 100 in next time. Or something.
I'd say on average, most of the players at
Your
TCH
range gets a little bit wider.
don't really do much tanking, even in our tournaments. I bet you can appreciate that as an online player, Brian.
No, I knew he had to call.
Nothing is more frustrating than people tanking in poker for no reason. Or a non-decision, as I like to say.
It's a little connected.
And I gotta say, I do appreciate that they do play quickly, right? Because nothing is worth for a live stream than tanking. Chris gonna raise here with the ace-9 of clubs. Let's see here, Mitchell, I think just has to go with it here. No reason to not take his time, though. I mean, you got a lot to consider.
All in.
Other stacks, but he will arrive on the right decision, I think. Gonna go all in. Wow, Mike D wakes up with jacks. Wow. What a spin up there from the ace-3. Gets the ace-3, goes all in, doubles up, and now has pocket jacks with Mitchell in a tough spot now. Krish now already committed 100K. I mean, how is he ever ahead here? He has to know he's behind, and it would be a pure gamble to make the call here. I mean, he'd have to put his bones purely on 7s and 8s to make the call here, and we'll make the fold. Great fold there from Krish.
Even worse.
Mitchell gonna see the bad news. Yeah, ours actually, Mitchell back on the final table. He's been on a pretty solid run the past few months.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But he's gonna need some help here. Needs to find a 7 to stay in this tournament.
And then it flop was 6, 7, 8, and I had 5s, and then the turn was a 9. That was sick.
That's right.
Wow, and the ace would have hit.
Oh,
Good pain.
that's okay. It was ace 9.
Nice run, man.
Nice one. I was able to call that.
Almost.
Queen river there for Mike D, and Mitchell A gonna be eliminated,
Ace 9.
taking home a nice prize of $27.90. Down to our final 6 players, guaranteed $34.80. And now the page up's starting to get serious here. Almost 1,000 page up from 6th to 5th, over 1,000 from 5th to 4th, and $11,000 up top. Good luck to these final 6.
That hand we did.
Well, we had ace 9 suited versus ace 9 suited.
Thank you all so much for participating with us in the live stream chat.
All in.
Two people.
And for any new viewers,
Neither of us were
thank you
happy.
so much for tuning in. If you have any questions regarding our live stream, our card room, or anything in general, I'd be happy to answer them. How Chris gonna go all in? Chris probably the most all ins on this final table. Looking to take this pot down.
Is that a pissed off all in, or you actually have a good in?
Or do you want to think?
So obviously we have a lot of tournament players out there in our live stream chats. If you like tournament poker, you can't miss this next tournament here at TCH Dallas. $800 buy-in, 500K guaranteed. It's another mystery bounty. Y'all liked the mystery bounty so much back in October, we decided to bring it back. Day 1 starting next Monday, March 13th at 11 a.m. until Saturday. Day 2 on Sunday starting at noon.
Very good.
50K starting stacks, 30-minute levels throughout the tournament. Again, an $800 buy-in.
100,000.
Does it read them if they're stacked?
And when
Um,
bounties come into play on Sunday, they can range from $200 up to a mystery bounty of $20,000. So very exciting for tournament players here in Dallas area.
Gordon, 1-2, table 9.
This is probably,
Let me know in the chat if you're planning on playing this tournament here
Say what?
at TCH
You
Dallas.
said this probably, you said you think they'll show it
I
later.
believe the last mystery bounty we had back in October, first
Yeah.
place was
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, they'll record it and then.
I
they'll
repeat,
probably-
over 85,000, including all the mystery
That's
bounties.
my assumption. I'm all in. All
I think
in.
there would be a lot fewer views having it be the next day, you think?
I mean, we've had pros and cons. We've had to do it before. Sometimes we'll have a bigger view within the first.
Hey, I'll be able to have first eyes on it though too.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
you know,
That's kind of cool.
Subscribe
Yeah.
to TCH Live. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified.
well, my wife's like, I signed up for notifications.
Brandon here did, in fact, outflop
No good.
Christian, but Christian.
This can do it.
Serious question, how do you make sure you have enough chips to cover all those stacks? Are we talking about in the mystery bounty RS actuary? Again, down to our final 6 players. These players have been playing since 10 a.m. And the buy-in was 365. Top prize tonight's of 11,700.
$175.
You're angry with me? I did not call you a figure.
No, I just have a good hand.
I'm putting a good hand for you.
Just make sure, guys.
Never angry.
No talking heads up
Oh, really?
No, no talking about that. Really? Really?
about your hands.
No, because I pull it, right?
But that was okay. Like, are you angry with? Oh, because I said I got a good hand.
Oh, okay, yeah, so,
Yeah,
yeah, no, we have plenty of chips RS actually. So what they typically do,
You did or you didn't?
no, they
I
have
don't even
plenty of
remember.
chips. Yeah, so
but it's the one that
they
let's
they
go on.
count the chips off of each day 2 or day 1, and then input it into our system. So they don't actually do an actual bag, if that makes sense. Like they don't physically put any chips in the bag. They count down the stack. They write down on the card, confirm it with the player, and we put it into a computer system, and then we rebuild the stacks for day 2. Yeah, because with that many day 1s, we can't reuse, or we have to reuse all our chips. I see what you mean. Yeah, so any of the players that make it day 2, after the day 1, they just count down their stack, they record it on a piece of paper, confirm it with the floor, and then we input it onto a computer system. And then on a later date, typically Sunday morning, a lot of the floors come in early and build the stacks out with different chips, usually with the large denomination. Yeah.
600.
Appreciate the question, though.
All right, y'all. Blinds are officially up. 30,000, 60,000, 60,000.
Lines up to 30, 60, 60 now. Biggest stack, only 29 big blinds. So this is starting to get shallower and shallower on to hand number 30. I know I've been talking about a lot of tournament poker here in the live stream chat, but if you enjoy cash games more and would like to play on our live stream, make sure you contact Mallory, our game runner, our game organizer for TCH Live Dallas. You can contact her at that phone number, email, and that QR code. If you like high stakes poker, typically 25, 25, 50 on Tuesday night and 5, 10, 25 on Wednesday night.
I'm all in.
All in.
Wow, Johnny gonna take the aggressive route with the Jack 6. Maybe getting a little impatient here. Going all in with the Jack 6 here. Mike C has Ace 9. So Krish did limp on the button, which might be a little bit suspicious. Typically people like to raise buttons. If they have something that they could, if they can limp in for on the button, they typically want to raise it. And I think Johnny might be attacking that weakness from Krish. Andrew, I'll get to your question right after this hand. Yeah, you can't really blame Mike C for the fold there. And while the aggressive line from Johnny will profit him about 3 big blinds.
Let's see that one later.
Nice hand there for Johnny. So Andrew in the chat says, coming to TCH for the first time in a few weeks, any good games you'd recommend? A lot of 2-5 games? Absolutely, and actually I can check the poker outlets for you right now. So currently in our room, yeah, we have a lot of 1-2, which is 500 max, and also a lot of 2-5 games. If you like deep stack 2-5, TCH Dallas is the place for you. Currently on a Thursday evening at 9 o'clock, we have 11 1-2 games with a 34-person wait list, 6 2-5 games with a 19-person wait list, 5 1-2 PLO games with a 10-person wait list. And that's incredible. 5 1-2 PLO games. But yeah, we have 11 1-2 games, 6 2-5 games, and 5 1-2 PLO games. Hope you had a great trip, Andrew. And if you see me in the area, be sure to say hi. You can typically find me in the card room dealing, playing, flooring, or commentating. I'm in the room a lot, Andrew. My name's Derek, by the way. Brian Snyder says, I like tourney poker. More pressure, more glory.
Check. Check. 75,000.
Yeah, no problem, Andrew. If you have any other questions regarding our card room, let me know. I'd say I'm a pretty decent resource regarding our card room. Yeah, I mean, there's people that have come to our card room and say we have the best 2-5 games in the country in terms of how deep stack it runs, the action. I mean, it's also fair to say the best 1-2 games, I'd say, in the country. 500 max. I swear to God, I saw a 10K stack at a 500 max 1-2 game about a month ago. About 200 of y'all watching with us this evening. Thank y'all so much for tuning in for the past hour. Down to our final 6 players. Michael Tilden in the chat. What's up, buddy? Thanks for tuning in.
Raise 125.
Let's see again with the ace-9. He's gonna raise on the button and take it down. Yeah, down to our final 6 players here. Mike C currently with chip lead. Mike D. Mike C and Mike D. Sitting next to each other, both with chip leaders.
One is at least.
They had live cards.
Exactly.
Row.
They could have been dominated, I don't know.
TH 1-2, no limit. Suitor 1-2, no limit. Thank you.
Poker Cruise is sneaking out, Michael. Are you going on it? For those who don't know, we have a Poker Cruise. Unfortunately, I think all the spots are filled. But March 26th through the 2nd, we're gonna have a fun time here, hanging out with the TCH staff and players. Week-long cruise going
It's a good time to do it.
all across
Raise 125.
the ocean. Raise from Johnny with the ace jack, Mike C with the ace queen.
All in.
Oh, I love this play here from Mike C. Puts the element of pressure on your opponent. You know, does Johnny really want to call off his tournament life with ace jack? Probably not. He will take this pot down. Antonio in the chat, what tourney is this? Thought the big one was on Saturday. Yeah, so currently we're running a recording from our Saturday tournament. We weren't able to stream it live due to some technical difficulties. But you're watching it live with me tonight, this Thursday evening. Michael says I'm going on the cruise. Awesome. I look forward to meeting you there.
I can see that one, man. It's a pretty big one.
Brian Snyder says, lucky of that cruise deal, you lucky dudes. Yeah, I'd have to say it's pretty nice to be able to go on a free vacation. But I will have to be working it nonetheless. But it'll be a lot of fun.
Raise it up. Buck and a squirt. 125.
Oh my gosh, Andrew, I feel so bad for you. He says his local
Roughly how much?
1-3 game is $400 max. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Our 1-2 game looks like bigger than that, buddy. Yeah, typically in Texas, you're going to see a lot of 1-2 with 500 max, 1-3 with 1,000 max, and then 2-5 here is always going to be match to stack here. At least in TCH Dallas. So you're going to have a great time here in Texas once you come here, Andrew. Be sure to try to find me if I'm in the room. Love to talk to you. What a flop here for Brandon. Top pair, jack high flush draw. Mike C with just ace high. Great check there from Brandon. Check and flow, and I like just a shove, I think. Or maybe he just feels like he has too much of the board. Okay, yeah, he's just gonna shove. Yeah, I'll just like the shove, man. Spades will typically kill your action anyways. Yeah, and if you have the roll for it, Andrew, we do also run pretty big games during the week. Depending on what the player pool is like, they'll run 5, 10, 25, which is no cap a lot of the time. 10 and a quarter, 25, 25, 50. But honestly, the 2-5 games here plays like a 5-10. It's not uncommon to see 5 to 7K stacks at our 2-5 games here. And unless I might have already mentioned it, but yeah, our structures here for the 1-2 is
50.
500 max, 2-5, 1K max with a match stack, and all the games bigger than that are typically uncapped. Again, down to our final 6 players. Each guaranteed, I think, 3480. There we go. Each player guaranteed 3480, looking to win that 11,725.
Alexander H., yellow transfer. Stable 13. JJ, Tenor Alpha. Stable 5. Bureau, 1-2 yellow.
Great.
Grade. All in.
Another aggressive play here from Mike C. I love it. Got a raise from Johnny with the ace-8, and Mike C gonna jam the ace-9. Yeah, Andrew, we don't have any 1-3 games at TCH Dallas, but honestly, the 1-2 500 cap is a great game as well. That's what you'll see me typically playing. I play a lot of the 1-2 and 2-5 here at TCH.
Better than ace-6.
Another nice play there for Mike C. Really impressed by Mike C's play tonight.
$160.
160.
Heads up.
Okay, your problems. Thank you for tuning in. No worries. Have a great night and a great rest of your week. Welcome King High, though Mike D does have a pair and a straight draw.
Chocolate.
125.
Let's see if Mike just rips it here too. That'd be a sick play here.
All in.
Man. This guy, Mike. Mike on Mike violence here. Mike C putting the element of the pressure on his opponent, it seems like this whole tournament. Which is typically a great move in tournament poker. Put the elements of pressure on your opponent.
Andy S.
Much harder to call an all-in than to go all-in. Great play there from Mike. Mike Tillman also rooting for Mike. It seems like Brian has a little. Mike has a little fan club here. Brian enjoying his play.
Yeah. I thought you might have a king at that point.
All in.
So one of my houses going 9, 10 clubs. One head there and then the other. 90. Yeah, it wasn't a spade.
Fair enough, Michael. About 200 of y'all watching with us this evening. We're currently watching last Saturday's final table. Yeah, just based on how Mike has been playing, it almost seems like he's played either online before or either played a lot of live poker or live tournament poker. This guy knows what he's doing.
All in.
Gonna continue the pressure here.
Have me salsa.
T8 wants to transfer.
A little heater, man. I feel like I have some tire tracks down my back.
Yeah, when the next biggest stack is only 20 big blinds, you can pretty comfortably shove. Even expecting that 20 big blind stack to fold a lot with all the smaller stacks. Applying a lot of ICM pressure, which is what you should be doing as the big stack. Let's see what Mike C wakes up again here with. Oh, he's he's gonna go all in again here. Guarantee it.
Table 10. Thank you.
I mean, how fishy does it look like when you're shoving two hands in a row?
TR 12, no limit.
I mean, if you're shoving the ace-6 of clubs, you gotta shove the nines. Yeah, I like this play a lot. Very balanced. Just dominating the table. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. Just dominating.
I showed you the key.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that hand that king came out. I was like, yeah, that queen turn. Oh, I had one more out.
Yeah, it really puts the stacks like Brandon and Roger in a really tough spot. Every time Mike C shoves, they're kind of handcuffed because they can't call off, knowing that Christian Johnny has smaller stacks. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Mike C with another monster hand here. He's not going to believe it. He's going to look down, see the ace queen, and go all in for the third hand in a row. Maybe take a little bit of time here. He's gonna go all in again. Someone might just plant their feet in the ground here and say this is enough. Mike D might do it here. No, he's gonna fold.
No, they're still shitty.
Yeah, Brandon can't call. I mean, he has a huge stack.
Double hand. Plain Tyler, I mean. Show the money. Show the money.
I wanted to call, right? That's all my chips, you know?
What's up, man?
Ice. Yeah, that's 68.
This is incredible. I've never seen such a heater like this in a while. Up to 50 big blinds now for Mike C. Man, all these players getting destroyed by the blinds.
Almost 4 people are with 4 blinds, 5, 6 blinds.
Yeah, sometimes you're just destined to win. You're absolutely right, Brian.
All Tyler.
Several of the fittest.
I mean.
Several of the fittest.
My turn. Oh,
Okay, what about the
reverse the rules.
Mike D gonna shove. Now Roger wakes up with ace jack. He has to go with it here, right? Oh, and he folds the ace jack. Wow, what a dodge there for Mike D. He would have been dominated going to the flop. Well, maybe Roger picked up on something, as Johnny has the pocket eights. Wow, and he folds the eights. What is going on here? What is happening? Jack 10 goes all in and gets folds from ace jack and pocket eights.
That's the first person.
I mean, I guess that's the power of ICM pressure there.
You thought them? No, everyone is gonna do the same game.
Not too sure why Johnny folded the eights there, sitting on only 6 big blinds, but you can somewhat understand there from. Well, no, Roger has a small stack too. Very interesting.
I really want to do that because I needed some blue
The
chips.
2 shortest stacks folded premium hands there.
Okay, so you're here. Hold on here.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the under the gun range consists a lot of just Broadway holdings too, right? For like, what was he on? A shade over 10 big blinds? Yeah, eights is a call there. Chris gonna go all in with the ace king suited, Mike D with pocket fives.
350.
I mean, yeah, he just makes the call here, right? It's 5 big blinds. You got a pocket pair, and it's a fair fight here. Coin flip
I learned it from
for
watching you.
the tournament life of Krish.
Let's see. I'm confident the suited, the flush draw.
5 in the window. Actually, no, that'd be the club. We don't want that anyway.
Flush draw. I need a flush draw.
Ooh.
Ace on the flop. Krish finds the ace he needed.
Oh.
Kind of inconsequential king. 5 is the same outs. 9 on the river gonna be safe for Krish. Mike D gonna double up Krish. Anchor passing seriously. Everyone is tightened up because of the 4 shoves in a row.
God did allow you. Now I can.
Obviously, much easier for us to make the decisions seeing all the hole cards. But obviously, in a vacuum, I think with what 6 big blinds,
Well, I guess it works for you, but
it's an auto call.
I
Absolutely.
mean, doesn't matter. Should have worked for anyone this works.
I typically like to give the benefit of the doubt to the players that are actually playing for significant money and they have their own money at risk.
But still, I would have got a
So I never like to make criticisms on that, but I think in a vacuum, yeah, 8s should be an all-in there. versus the range of the gun for about 10 big blinds. See, like, we have a lot of agreements in chat. But I mean, I guess Johnny knew that he was going to get jacks this hand. Patience pays off typically in tournament poker, but you can't be too patient. As he could have had a double up there with the eights. Oh no, I guess he would have lost. Or actually, no, we never know. We didn't see that flop. He could have doubled the eights, and he could have had a bigger stack with the jacks. But Mike D, man, I mean, deuces, you're never ahead. So I think you just have to fold.
370.
It's gonna be a pure coin flip here if Roger makes the call here. I think he has to. 5 big blinds, king queen, ahead of flipping with a lot of pocket pairs, and it is a coin flip here. King queen against the pocket jacks, the jiggities. Eight, 6, 5 flop. Jack still in the lead. Oh no! And the queen on the turn. Queen on the turn. And Johnny is eliminated. Down to our final 5 players. Johnny taking home a nice prize of $34.80. Each player guaranteed $44.20.
That's fair.
Not go all in twice.
I mean, I am on the button, so.
Very disappointed in those scared plays. You know, I mean, again, I always like to give the benefit of the doubt, right? These players have been playing with each other all day. There might be certain strategies or tendencies they might have noticed between each other as they played each other all day.
Give me double up.
Someone that you might perceive as very tight for the whole day might be playing completely different, and you just obviously you don't know. You don't see their cards. Again, we're only watching the final table, so we don't know what all happened. The 8 to 10 hours before this final table. 240 of y'all watching with us this evening. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
I'm only in it for the fans.
I know this is not our typical Thursday stream. We normally stream a cash game from Austin, but this is from our Tuesday. Or excuse me, why am I saying Tuesday? From our Saturday final table. Mike C with the pocket deuces. Really decided to get frisky again here. This time it just decides to raise. Gary Smith asking, what was the buy-in? $365 was our buy-in for this tournament. Evening, LV Coleman. Welcome to the live stream chat.
Oh. That's up.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can take certain considerations in a vacuum, right? But we haven't seen how these players have been playing all day. We don't know who they've been playing with. A lot to consider in live poker, obviously. They might have certain reads on each other. Definitely, a lot to consider when they're playing on this final table, when there's significant money up top.
I thought Kings raised magnets, but I was like C4.
Alright, last hand at the blind level left. Next hand, they're up. Next hand.
Oh my gosh, what is, I mean, where's Brian in the chat, right? Destined to win, right? What's up with pocket tens under the gun 5-handed? I mean, again, if he was, I think he should go for the raise here. I mean, if he was raising his deuces, oh, he's just gonna shove it, okay. Which is probably fine too. You're still putting a lot of pressure on hands, might even get folds for hands like king, queen, king, jack, not wanting to bust out. Announcing that it's his favorite hand, 9-8 suited. Is he just gonna go with it? Man. Not a hand I'd want to be all in with. say, you know, they have ace king, that's just disastrous. You don't want to hit that
Alright,
queen
the
jack
lines
10
are
flop.
officially up to 40,000, 80,000, 80,000.
Very good form.
I only hope you have ace of kings. Otherwise, it's bad call.
Not a big fan.
Not every time.
Can't lie, because you guys have seen on stream, so.
Mike picks
We're
one.
gonna check it out.
You're good. 80-80.
We're gonna check it out.
No harm done.
All your audience.
I'm gonna fast forward right to that one.
Yeah. Right at this moment.
Definitely the benefit of playing on a live
Time
stream.
down, what hand it was, stick to it.
Yeah, I guess my thought is if he's raising the pocket deuces, I think he should raise 10. Now hands like
All in.
that have a good coverage, you know, ace jack suited, ace 5 suited, are good blockers. I think those are better all-ins. The hand as strong as 10s, I'm looking to get some value. I mean, if he raises, he's definitely gonna get a call there from Krish.
Thanks. I'm not sure I want to call from you.
And as the big stack, I might consider throwing in some limps occasionally too. Like Brian saying, slow playing some hands, trying to trap some people. Definitely don't want to be playing so predictable. As we see Brandon here going to go all in with the jacks. Mike D. Looks like, wow, do they have the exact same chip stack? What's going on here? Will come ace high. Pocket jack's still in the lead. There's some chop outs now. Any queen, any 5.
Just missed
Not a
it.
5, but the 6. Looks like Brandon's gonna take his spot down. Mike D played a great final table here. GG's in the chat for him.
Final table.
Taking home a nice prize of 44.20. Each player guaranteed 55.66. Down to our final 4 players. Let us know in the live stream chat, who do you think is gonna win this tournament? We got Krish in the 1 seat. Mike C, who's just been absolutely dominating this table in the 4 seat. Roger in the 6 seat, and Brandon in the 7 seat. Let us know who you think is going to win this final table.
That 6 was a little too close to a 5.
It's almost like you made it like a 5.
Raise 250.
Now I'm very when it starts getting a 4 and 3 hand, this is when I get really interested to see, you know, how wide these players will start opening up the ranges. I mean, you obviously don't want to go too wide, but you should be considering opening with more hands. And you know, Brandon, we saw they open with the king 3 suited. Might be a little too loose there, but ended up working out for him. Brian says Mike has superior luck and skill. Easy pick. Just based on what I've seen so far, obviously I don't know. I've only watched an hour and a half. But based on just what I've seen, I've been very impressed with the play of Mike C. And Krish, actually. Yeah, Krish and Mike C have been playing very well. Roger has been very patient, waiting for the right spots. And that says Brandon. Obviously, all 4 of these players, very solid players to be able to even get to this point of the tournament.
250 is the raise.
Roger decided to raise the small blind here. I think a shove can definitely accomplish more, right? You can get some folds for even some ace highs. You know, say if your opponent isn't as studied on, you know, push fold charts. Mike C was still 37 big blinds. Brandon with 18. Roger with 13. Krish with 8 big blinds. We're going to wake up with the ace jack under the gun.
Yes, sir.
You have to consider just shoving here. You're trying to take down the blinds.
Raise 240, 240.
Jason and Kevin T, 1-2 yellow. TT, 2-5 transfer. 14. Jordan, Jonathan Beach, Republic A. 1-2, no limit.
All in. $430.
Got an all-in from Chris here on the button. Roger in the big line with King Queen. I think he has to make the call here. It's only 5 big blinds. I'd just be overthinking it here. Only 4-handed. King Queen slam dunk call here from a button shove. Or I mean, 4-handed any shove really. Maybe just counting down his stack, making sure, or how much he has to actually risk here, and how much he'd be remaining if he lost his pot. He's behind, but it is a fair fight here. Live cards for the King Queen. Two 10s on the flop. Safe flop there for the ace 4.
Good answer.
Thank you.
Krish gonna take this pot down, doubling up to
I distributed chips to both of you guys.
about 900k. Roger down to 780. Krish again with another ace here. This time it's a suited ace 5. We'll decide to go all in again. I think we're gonna see a lot of oh no, and Brandon wakes up with the ace queen. Brandon wakes up with the ace queen. This should be a call. Just counting it down just to make sure. There's a significant amount here. Somehow the stacks aren't right here. It says 980. We'll make the call, and Krish is going to be in bad shape here. Brandon with the ace queen, Krish with the ace 5. Krish need to hit some hearts, some wheel cards, or hit that 5. And it is Krish that is at risk right now. 1.8 million in the pot right now.
Alright. No more action.
To the 10.
Larry, 120.
Ace queen will be the best hand. Nice hand there for Brandon. Krish can be eliminated in 4th place. GG's for him. 4th place taking out 55.66. Each player guaranteed 68.05.
Well, we're kind of down.
And now Brandon actually has a formidable stack.
That's it, man.
Roger on just 9 big blinds. Mike C with 34 big blinds. Yeah, quite the sick hand there. Unfortunate cooler there for Krish. Don't think he could have done anything else there.
Alright, small
Oh, yeah, I
blind,
was
big
down
blind.
300. That was then everybody called in. That started to feel cool.
Actions here. All in.
Down to our final 3 players now. Brandon with the suited king 5 on the button.
Raise 300,000.
Definitely consider raising. We'll raise the 300K. Massive raise here. Roger. Suited ace 5. I mean, if he can find the jam, it'd be a great all-in here. Great opportunity for him to pick up some dead money. Or not dead money, but pick up some chips. Oh, he's gonna fold the ace 5, and yeah. This is where we're really gonna see who knows, like, the proper 3-handed, or aka short-handed shoving charts here. I mean, I think an ace 5 suited there would be a good shove. Obviously, it's uncomfortable when your opponent raises that large, but they can just have so many different hands there when it's only 3-handed.
$160. 160.
Heads up.
Richard N. Kilo transfer.
350.
Yeah, definitely a good point there, Michael. It's just so hard to commit your stack after there's already significant action ahead of you. It's just, yeah, I think it's just too short. I mean, you gotta start building up the stack, or else the blinds are just gonna eat you alive here. Down to our final 3 players of our Saturday 20 key guarantee tournament. $365 buy-in, 30-minute level tournament. Probably one of the best tournaments in the country, week after week, and we stream it live for you every single Saturday. Roger with King 4 suited. I mean, I think he has to just jam here. You can't just be waiting around for premiums 3-handed. I mean, King 4 suited, definitely a shove there, I think. And he's gonna get a walk. He's gonna get a walk. You can't give the chip leader a walk. All right, on to the next hand here.
No shame in cold. I've got 600. 600? Yeah.
Roger, we'll make the call here. Mike C deciding to raise with the Jack-6 off.
Check.
Roger, we'll check this flop. Deuce on the turn, doesn't help anyone, but Mike C could just bet and take the pot down here. Yeah, I'm really surprised he didn't just shove the ace-4 pre-flop. Man, just taking the passive route here, but Mike C with the aggressive route. Typically, the aggressive route will win you tournaments. Down to our final 3. Mike C in the 4 seat, Roger in the 6 seat, Brandon in the 7 seat. You know, tight is obviously a very solid strategy in poker, but you got to have adjustments, right? If you adjust to the number of players left, stack depth, you can definitely find more hands to go all in with, more hands to raise with.
All
I
in.
mean, again, but I mean, the strategy might end up working for Roger, though, right? You got queens here, so he's just gonna take down the blinds.
You see the trash? That's the best. Fold suited hand?
Like 17 there.
Right, big blind again. You're good. Keep going around faster.
You know, this might be something to consider. You know, obviously, I don't want to be, I guess, exactly stereotyping people, right? But I'd say on average, right, the younger player pool, probably more studied in shorthanded play, push fold charts in general, right? I mean, a lot of them probably learn poker with the internet available to them, or use the internet in a way to study poker, right? And so they should know that a lot of the situations that Roger's been are particularly calls. And maybe typically the older player pool might not know that strategy. So I mean that could be something you consider when deciding to shove with a hand, or when not to shove. Right? You can kind of decide based on who your opponent is.
JJ, yellow. JJ. Yes.
Maybe against a player like Roger, you might decide to shove a little wider, knowing that they're probably going to fold a lot of hands. And against a player like Mike C, you might want to tighten up your shoving strategy, knowing that he'll probably make the correct call in terms of strategy-wise. But enough of that. On to the next hand here. Brandon with the 9-4. Probably will just fold it here. Nothing you can really do with that hand. Mike C with the Queen Jack. Probably just shove, given Roger's stack size and how tight he's playing. I mean, he might even just fold this hand.
Win, do you want $10 on top win?
And this is what I'm talking about here. I mean,
Thank you. Rocky,
players like Mike C or Brandon know this is just a snap call. But Roger's specific player type might even consider folding the ace-9 here, which would just be unheard of, right? I mean, he really doesn't want to make this call here. Oh my gosh. Okay, looks like he will make the call here. And Mike's probably going to be surprised to see this hand. Queen Jack shoving into the ace-9 here. Ace-9 technically in the lead though, but Queen Jack with plenty left cards.
Alright, no more action.
So, I mean, 4-4 deuce, ace-9 currently in the lead. Queen or Jack needed to knock him out right now. It'll be a 5 on the river, going to give Roger the straight up to 1.2 million. Mike C got a little bit of a dent in the stack. But Roger did find the correct call eventually and will find the double up. Look here, Brandon currently our chip leader. Mike C with about 25 big blinds. Roger now doubled up to 15 bigs. Come on now, Ager. You seem like a guy that should know that none of your decisions should be based on what comes on the flop, turn, or river when it comes to pre-flop decisions. Another ace-9. This time suited for Mike C. I mean, now that he has to worry a little bit here, that Roger has a decent stack now, might consider just raising, trying to play some post flop. This is what he decides to do here. Brandon actually with the defendable hand here. Actually, let's see Brandon make the call here and place a post flop with a Jack-8 suited.
Call.
When you turn a snap call into a mini series. Yep, yep, yep. Will come 9 high monster flop there for Mike C. Top pair, top kicker.
Check.
For a pretty small bet here, I think. You can bet maybe 185,
350.
200,000. No, he's going for 350. Really big bet here. Such a monster flop for your hand, free-handed. I'm gonna try to bet size and get calls from 3s, from 5s, gut shots, overs. You can evaluate on the turn, depending on what comes, to adjust your sizing there. Since we have more viewers in here, for those of you that love tournament poker, we do have an amazing tournament next week here at TCH Dallas, starting on Monday. $800, 500K guaranteed tournament, starting on Monday, March 13th. Day 1 for March 13th, all the way to March 18th, all at 11 a.m. Day 2 on Sunday, March 19th, starting at noon. $800 buy-in, 50K starting stacks, 30-minute levels. Our last mystery bound tournament was a great success. Should be another big, fun tournament.
Heads up.
So they're going to take to the streets here. Will come king high. Top pair for Brandon.
Check.
Just decide to check. Maybe give a little rope to Mike to turn his hand into a bluff. And he takes the bait. Mike C does take the bait. Brandon probably the clear call here. Setting the trap with the king 6. Flopping top pair and checking it over to Mike. Wow, queen. Very interesting turn card there for Brandon. Mike C was still just absolutely nothing here. 10 would be a chop. Right now, electing to go for some value.
550.
Great check there from Brandon to get a little more value out of Mike C. Free-handed top pair, such a monster. You definitely go multiple strategies with that, right? Betting, obviously, for value, and checking. Maybe induce a bluff or a bet from a weaker hand. Mike C with the pocket jacks. Another monster hand for him.
Actually, it's better than having to make a decision.
Oh yeah, there was no decision. I just,
Yeah, you're.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, blinds are up now. 51-1, 51-1. Blinds up.
Blinds are now up 50, 100K, 100K. Wow, ace king for Mike C. Again, destined maybe to win this tournament here. Getting all the monster hands. Hand is strong. I might consider just raising or maybe even limping. Try to induce a shove from the small or big blind.
$275.
275.
Oh, that's unfortunate. We get ace king three-handed and you get two folds. On to the next one here. Our payouts. Each player guaranteed 68.05. Second place guaranteed 89.05. In first place 11,725. There's a lot of dollars there for a $365 buy-in. Great tournament structure. Always has massive fields every single Saturday. So if you're a tournament player and if you never played at TCH Dallas, definitely consider taking the trip over here to play in one of our Saturday tournaments. But if bigger tournaments are your thing, we do have a 500K tournament next week. 500K mystery bounty, that is. It's an $800 buy-in. 2-day event. Day 1's Monday through Saturday. Day 2 on Sunday. And day 2 is when the mystery bounties come into play. And the mystery rounds have a range of 200 to 20,000. I remember last October we had 2 mystery bounties worth $20,000. Very excited for those players that managed to pull those. And if anyone in the chat doesn't know what a mystery bounty means, let me know in the chat and I'll go ahead and explain it. Let's see with the ace-6. Definitely consider shoving here. Try to put a lot of pressure on Roger. Oh, but he runs into the ace-8 of Roger. Andrew in the chat, is this last Saturday's tournament? Yeah, we had some technical difficulties on Saturday evening, so we did manage to record it. And we're currently watching it. We're currently watching the recording live together. That's come ace high. There are some chop outs. Oh my gosh. Runner, chop. And that's going to be a chop pot. Wow.
He's like, damn it. Huh? I said, you're like, me? No, no, just messing with you. I think I was rooting for 6. I was pretty sure you weren't rooting for me. But that's okay, I get it. Everybody's selfish at that point. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe after seeing what Mike C was shoving with, he kind of adjusts the strategy, which I'm glad to see, And maybe that's how Roger plays. He needs to see certain plays from a player before adjusting his strategy, which is great to see.
250.
We can criticize all we want, but I mean, I've been seeing Roger and all these other 2 players adjusting their strategy based on what the other players do, which that's what you need to be doing in live poker.
And your last hand.
So hats off there to Roger.
Was that,
to chop into the river.
Yeah, when I chop any card higher than an 8 would chop, or 9 would chop.
But at that point, the 8 was playing, right?
Yeah. After the turn, the 8 was still playing.
Not sure how much I could wind there.
I think there was only like 4 or 5 turns.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I thought it was fair.
Hey, Mark Wee in the chat. What's up, buddy? Hope you're having a wonderful Thursday evening. This is the Saturday tournament that we missed last Saturday.
I always picking good times to fold and raise over there.
Am I? Good. Pretty sure the cards are just doing all the talking.
You're forced to do the small blind, so.
50.
Appreciate you tuning in to support the live stream, Mark.
All in.
7, 8, 2, 5, no limit. Timothy M, 2, 5. Sorry, Timothy, was that a yes or no? Timothy, is that a no?
How many entries did this final table have? Great question. I'm actually not sure because this is recording. So I can't check Poker Atlas. Let's see if the total prize pool. I'm sorry, I actually really don't know. I'm sure it was over 200 though. Roger with Pocket Kings here. What looks like to go all in?
Prince, 2, 5. 2, 5.
And take it down. $72 hands so far on this final table. On to hand 73. Thank you all so much for tuning in for the past 2 hours. It's been a fun, action-packed night so far. Mike C kind of been dominating the final table so far. Roger playing very patient, waiting for his spot. Brandon got very lucky with that ace-10. Has just been on the upswing ever since.
Great one, Kate. Who's at the podium, maybe you can see you for a pin. Thank you. 8, 5. 1, 2, no limit. 8, 5. 8, 5.
209 entries apparently, according to Julian in the chat. Julian, another one of our dealers at TCH Dallas. We have quite a few of them that like to play poker and watch it. So we'll see him in the live stream chat quite a bit.
Okay. That's a lot more.
Good try.
A little bit. Almost got me on that one.
Good thing. Okay.
8, 5.
Need some water? We got water.
That's how bad it was.
250.
250.
We're at the 250,000 here from Mike C. Continuing to get a variety of strong holdings.
Julie, do you still want to transfer? Julie, do you still want to
Heads
transfer?
up.
Go to 21.
Looks like it will go heads up here to the flop. Brandon dominated right now. Oh no. Oh no. There's a 10 on the flop. Second pair there for both Mike C and Brandon. Though Mike C has a monster here. Second pair with a straight flush draw.
Sure.
Second call, up E for 1, 2.
Check from Brandon. A check from Mike C again. Let's see what the river card brings.
2-5, Oz.
Another 9.
No, thank
And
you.
it looks like it's gonna be a chop. Wow.
Check.
Best flop I could
No, Salvador. I just invited Salvador. Yes. I thought Salvador was going to commentate with you, or do you just invite him and only him to dinner very publicly?
Another check.
Sick flop.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry, Mark. I'm always happy to try a nice dinner location. If you ever want to go somewhere, Mark.
Fair W, 2-5, fair W. Yeah.
Anytime we talk about food in this live stream, I always see you spitting out new ideas or suggestions. So let's go. Definitely, let's go for dinner sometime, Mark.
JJ, do you want 5? Table 7.
I'm on camera.
All in.
Got an all-in from Roger. Get folds around here.
Good, thank you. Appreciate it.
All in.
And an all-in from Mike C. Roger with the pocket fives. Only 8 big blinds. Definitely has to make the call here, I think. No pay jumps really consider as the shortest stack. See if Mike can hit that queen or clubs here. He hasn't run it hot. All spade flop here. Need to find a queen, jack, or 9. 10 is going to give Roger the best hand. And he will double up. Mike C down to 16 big blinds. Roger now having a lead over Mike C for probably the first time this final table.
Jack F, 1, 2, no limit.
We're all pretty close in chips. So we're all pretty close in chips.
Yeah, that's all. I'll chop it or I'll play it out either way.
Good. Good game. What's your name, sir? Brandon.
Oh wow! And just like that, they chop it three-handed. it
Floor,
looks like.
20.
Probably an even chop, I imagine, since all their chips are pretty close.
Yeah, good point.
We appreciate everyone for tuning in this
Donovan.
Thursday evening for our
It's tough to get out, man.
His alligator
for our
blood.
final
Alligator
table
blood.
from our last
They only
Saturday
go
tournament.
three-way.
So it's 19.
So we need to
It's been a really great final table. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let's do some last minute shout outs here in the chat.
It's about 10 bucks.
Brian, Michael, Julian, Mark, Skullbone, of course, Michael Tilton. Let's see, JTN, another Michael there, RS Actuary, all of our usuals in here. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Nice one.
We'll be live again from TCH Dallas this Saturday for our Saturday final table. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your week.
This is 1-5.
No problem.
beautiful big red star on my phone.
Come on, Nathan.